there was another case that made me respect Electroneum so much. I got so excited. I was
get ready for Digitspin crypto.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm curious. When you went into the Electroneum things here, I was looking at your paper. Let's see here. I noticed that you had some numbers in there for your report. Now, how did you secure these numbers? Did you personally go in and type it in, or they pulled this information for you with summaries from reputable sources? Because I see here you had 2.4 million people on the app, 100,000 transactions, 250,000 app-to-app transactions, 100,000 top-ups. Let's see here. 3.4 thousand tasks and 640 purchase tasks on any task. So, you had a lot of numbers you had to go through and search it through. Was this basically the reports from systems that you trusted and you're familiar with? It wasn't like Bob's spreadsheet on there. It was something that was Google Analytics. It was something that was an authority on collecting that data.
That's a great question. So first of all, I did two checkups. One was when I visited the headquarters, the offices, and I asked some of the team members there to pull out the data and show it to me, and I'll explain what I mean by pulling out the data. It wasn't Google spreadsheets that could have been changed and edited in any way. If I did review a spreadsheet, it was imported in front of my eyes from a third-party system. For example, Google Analytics that you mentioned. But not only Google Analytics, there were different other third-party tools that we used to analyze the databases. And I did review the databases themselves. And I did that on another occasion. I connected remotely. It was just before we published publicly the report. And I analyzed some of the statistics again. And I did analyze a few other statistics that I wanted to review as well. I was giving complete free access to everything I wanted. I didn't review everything. We have to remember that we chose specific topics that we wanted to analyze. We couldn't analyze everything about the company. That would have taken us maybe a year, and we were limited to a certain amount of hours for the audit because it wasn't limitless, and I couldn't have my team review it forever. So because it costs money. It is very important to realize that they did give us the access to everything. And the last thing that I would like to add is that it's very important to understand that I'm not auditing the numbers on a daily basis since I published the report. Maybe people think, and I don't want anyone to be misled to think that I'm analyzing the numbers on a regular basis and I continue to do it. No. I did it before the report was released, and that's it. I'm not auditing the numbers on a regular basis. I might decide that I would like to audit something, but I prefer to focus on helping Electroneum rather than continue to auditing it.
Yeah, I think it was more of a snapshot. Hey, you know what? These guys, they're close or accurate in their numbers, and this is real. I did a quick snapshot. I confirmed what's going on. I took a look in here. Yeah, there's this many transactions. There's that many users. Here's the user list. and it's just to provide additional confidence that what's being said is reasonably accurate, and not just made up. And the fact of the matter is I want to post state this. I'm gonna be honest with you. My channel obviously spends a lot of time with Electroneum, and we do a lot of stuff with them as far as understanding and presenting that information to folks on the channel. And at no point have they ever produced numbers that I thought were so out of whack that I didn't believe it. And quite frankly, I don't think Richard would or the team would go out of their way to lie to people. That just doesn't seem to be in his style in any fashion. So, hey, one thing I was curious about, did you happen to get any information regarding the pre-mined coins? I know it's probably a held secret because it is a company and they don't have to tell us anything they don't want to. Obviously, there was 7 billion coins that were pre-mined and X amount of coins that were sent out to the mobile miners. And I was just curious if you had touched on that subject with them in the
No,
past.
I didn't specifically review that, and I also wasn't aware that there was some kind of an issue with it. Just to clarify.
No, I'm not bringing up there was an issue. I was just curious if you had. I would be curious to know how many were given out and how many coins are left. From the pre-mine, because I could do basic math and kind of figure it out, but they would know exactly. And I didn't know if they had mentioned that to you, so that's all that I was asking. More of a curiosity than anything else. From
No,
my
it's
standpoint.
completely fine. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me, and like I said, no, we didn't review that part, and whatever we reviewed, by the way, came from us. It didn't came from Electroneum. They didn't ask us to review this, and that. We decided what we would like to review.
Yep. All right, that makes sense. It is kind of shocking when you come from the outside, and this is the point. You may not have known as much about Electroneum before you got involved and were asked to be brought in, and then when you actually learned about it, you were like, "Holy crap! There's a lot of great stuff. Look at the things that they're doing. Look at the people. Look at the community. Holy smokes! Look what they're working on. Wow, this is designed well." There's effort and people working on it. There's a plan, a battle plan going forward, and the more you learned about it, the more exciting it became. I'm sure for you. Am I putting words in your mouth?
No, actually, no. I think that what you said is completely true, and I have to tell you that it's not only the report, because after the report was created, there was another case that made me respect Electroneum so much. I got so excited. I joined as a co-organizing partner for an event, an online event that was called Anon Summit.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, people think that Anon stands for anonymity. It doesn't have anything to do with anonymity, just to make sure that it's clear. And when we organized that event, I approached Richard and I told him that I'm inviting him to participate in the event with Electroneum. And what I realized during that event is that Electroneum community was by far the most active community at the event, and I'm talking about by far. And not only I was impressed to see it during Anon Summit, I have been speaking at events since I founded Cointelligence. Even during the 3 years and during all the events that I took place in, and I'm not comparing because it's comparing apple to oranges, because we're talking about an online event, and in this case, many people could have come worldwide and attend it without actually traveling, and I'm sure that it's a big advantage. But I've never seen at any event a community of any crypto project that has been so supportive, like Electroneum community. And I'll just say that this doesn't include Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm saying that these two communities are by far the largest, the biggest, the most active communities. And I'm not doing a comparison between Electroneum to all the crypto projects out there because I didn't analyze all of them. I don't know all of them. I know many of them, but we have to remember that as well. So I don't want to mislead anyone to think that I did analyze all of the crypto communities, and definitely Electroneum is the biggest one. I'm not saying that. I'm saying according to what I've seen personally, I never saw something like that. And that really, really got me excited about joining Electroneum and taking part in it. And the last thing that got me really excited, um, and I think I'll finish off by that for today because I've been you've been listening to me patiently a lot.
It's all right.
I did come to this interview after having a long a chat for the last hour, and I'm saying long because it was very emotional in one of the Electroneum groups. So so you got the aftershock of it. And as you can see when I'm talking, I'm just being very passionate about it because I can't stand when people are attacking the wrong things. I'm all about criticism. I'm all about attacking. I'm all about bashing projects if they need to be bashed. But I think we have to do it in a sensible way, in a
Yeah.
rational way.
There are some people out there that just like to see things burn too, though.
No, no, of course, of
They
course. I mean,
they like fire,
there's
you know.
haters and there are people that are being fed by these things, and we all know the trolling activities that be done on crypto Twitter
Trolling.
and so on and so on. But just to finish off, what I wanted to say is that we have to remember one thing that also got me super excited. Electroneum has a working product. It actually helps people in developing countries right now. It can
Yeah.
actually help because it's already helping banking the unbanked. A lot of projects are saying it, but they didn't do anything about it yet.
Yep. They
Electroneum
haven't done it
already
yet.
proved themselves to do that, and I'm very, very much hoping to be able to take part in this amazing initiative to help bank the unbanked. That's something that I've been talking about since I joined our industry. And I'm really hoping that I will get a chance to take part in it because that's amazing, in my opinion. Not to
Yep.
talk about the
No.
price.
The price will happen. Don't sweat it. It'll happen. No, that's exciting. Well, again, I thank you for coming and spending a few minutes with me, just chatting about a couple of different topics. And I know that you and me both like to talk, so the answers are always interesting, and we always reference it. But no, it's fantastic.
And I hope that next time we can do it physically because I'm planning to visit and be in the US a lot this year and next year, considering coronavirus. And let's see if I will be actually able to be in New York.
There you go.
But maybe next time we'll actually do it face to face. And thank you very much for inviting me. It's a pleasure, and it's a pleasure to talk to someone that actually raises questions in a responsible way, because you are asking questions and you would like to get to the bottom of things, but you're not doing it in a negative way just to bash the project. So I thank you for that and I appreciate it. Unfortunately, that's not the case with everyone.
No, it's not. All right. Thank you. Wait. What?